Look at this. I don't know if you all remember this trade from the previous video. We tried actually by all means not to manage the trade, but we had to, bro, because the New York session movement was crazy. First of all, see, this movement almost came to take us out. We held through that, put our stop loss to break even. Now again the market decided to come back to close to our entry. By that time I think our stop loss was trailed to this point, took us out. Look what happened after taking us out, bro. Well, it has the potential to continue, but to continue going to the upside, like all the way up here. But what I would like to see is for a retracement first before we go to the upside. So I think the market might retrace to, yeah, maybe this point here, the one that I drew on this line. So somewhere around here. You know, if you've been a subscriber on the channel now, you should know the classic setup. Gold also, we will be looking for a sell. See, this is what is happening. Breakout, retest, boom. So the Asian session is gonna open in a few minutes. So already I'm just gonna place a sell limit on gold because my entry has been confirmed. I just need the market to make this bid and then a drop. So our sell limit here on gold has been triggered. As we always know, let's just let the market do its thing. So from here on, we just need to let the market do its thing. Nothing we can do. So as you can see, I just took this trade here on US30. This is how the setup looks on trading view. So I was patiently waiting for a breakout candle and we finally got one. So here we are risking, I think, yeah, $43 to make $190. So now let's just let the market play out and see if we will get a TP or a stop loss. So looking at gold, we might hit a stumbling point, but I'm kind of not worried about it, because the reason why I chose to target this, okay, is because of, okay, this move. So I don't know, I think there's a possibility to break this day so that it can come all the way down here to our target. But it's concerning how the market seems to be kind of struggling to break this point, you see. So I don't know, man, but I think I'm gonna give it a few more candles to see what actually the behavior is around that point. And this is how US30 is also forming up. We also have that breakout candle here confirming that we could potentially see downward prices for the day. You see the way these candles are forming up here on US30, they are making me lose confidence actually in this setup, because what is this? Just based off the candlestick patterns. When it made this candle, I was like, okay, maybe you can see the push to the downside, but the next candles after that, I don't know. And this is how gold is going. So we did hit a kind of a resistance there. As you can see, there is some resistance, but I think we might break this. We just might break that. So this is how the account is looking. As you can see, here's the trade on MT5, and then here is how the equity is going, the PNL. So this trade is not looking very good. Most likely going to hit stop loss. I think we are at $34 loss right now. Gold, this is how it's going. Might also go for a retracement. So we'll see. But gold, I still have conviction that we might come all the way here. Okay, so this might be just a small retracement, and then for the market to continue. So for this one, we're just gonna keep on holding. This one, I've just given up on it. As you can see here, I think we did get stop loss hit there. Oh, not yet. The stop loss is not yet hit, but it most likely will get hit. So this is how gold is looking. So we have finally broken out of that trend line that you see over there. And yeah, I didn't actually take a re-entry. It's just a concept. This is where I would have added to the position, and I see a possibility of the market coming all the way down here. I see there's a possibility for the market to come all the way down there. You see there's this trend line here. This one, if you break it, then more possibility for downside movement. But for now, if I took this re-entry, I would be targeting this. I'll probably extend this, but I am not gonna do that. I'm just gonna hold this the way it is. So this is how it's looking on MT5. As you can see, we are running close to $100 in profits there. So at this point, I can go break even, because what do you mean the market would retrace after making such effort to go all the way down here? Well, gold, in my experience, is if it wanted to come all the way down here, this would have been the move to come to break even and possibly push down. But with US30, once the like what happened yesterday, once the New York session hits, bro, there's no really telling. It can do whatever. It can move so much in just 5 minutes, move so much in just 15 minutes. So for gold, it doesn't. It is a volatile pair. It moves a lot for a day compared to other pairs. But US30, once the New York session hits, bro, we all know what happens. Chaos happens there. Most of the time, chaos happens. So that's why I ended up having to aggressively manage it yesterday. But look now what's happening. This thing came so close to take profit. Now it wants to go back, bro. Nah, bro. I prefer if these things happen when I'm not active on the market, like when I'm sleeping or stuff like that. So look, this thing, bro, this thing, like $135, like, bro, now it wanna retrace. So I have no choice but to do something like this. I'm comfortable closing where it's at, but I'm just gonna give it some room. I don't know, should I even close this now? Like 107. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the stop loss there at 107 because I would really hate myself if the market goes all the way back to my entry when it was so close to my take profit. So it's a psychology thing. I need to protect my peace of mind, brother. That is why I'm doing this. This is for peace of mind. Knowing that if it wants to go all the way back there, I will secure what's mine right there. If it does go down, there is my take profit. I'm happy to take that back. Well, the market went for my stop loss first before it could go to TP, but as you can see, the setup is successfully played out, bro. And this one, the scaling will be also pushing, but we didn't execute. You know the rules, one-sided betting, they coming for you, bro, so you better not sleep up. So US30, I can see that this day was not ready to sell by that, but although we did get confirmation, it was a valid loss, bro. It was a valid loss, as you can see. But one thing I'm kind of noticing, looking back at it, if this happened, if this whole thing happened around here, closer to like at the extreme, I would have I think it would have played out. So okay, so that is what I'm doing. Like even with this re-entry, it's like trading from zone to zone, like from this zone until this zone. These are the zones that are getting price on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, these are the most important zones in the 4-hour time frame. All right, so from that zone to this zone, so basically zone to zone. So even this one, I could have held it all the way up until here, but no, I wasn't really about to do that. I just wanted to be out of this trade because I didn't plan to hold it up until here in the first place. So I would be really mad at myself if the market comes all this way to my potential take profit, the one that I could have taken, and I imagine I don't take it. Now the market, like, it's gonna take like the whole day cruising, and then I have to wait for the next day for the other move. It's gonna affect me like mentally, bro, because I'm not a swing trader. I have made peace with that. One thing, when I come to the market, I just want to catch the move of the day, get to my take profit, I'm done. So yeah, that is the reason why. So this is how gold went. So even if I extended my take profit to here, my take profit would have been hit, or it was going to be missed by a few pips here, as you can see. But there's something that I did while I was away from the screen. Let me actually do this, and can you tell if there's a difference from the last video? I think you can tell by that last trade. Well, I took it off screen. As you saw, since the beginning, I was looking for sales on US30 for a day. So while I was away from the screen, I saw this, and I took my trade somewhere around here. Stop loss covered the high, then my take profit was here. So as you can see, but I was a little bit skeptical because you know the New York session volatility, it might come to whip me out and go in my direction, but that is not what it did. As soon as the US in the what do you call this thing, New York session momentum hit, it went straight to TP, as you can see there. So I did take this off screen. I had to go somewhere, but when I opened my chart, luckily I saw that no, the setup that I've been waiting for is actually ready to be taken. Yeah, this one on gold, I still believe it has a possibility to come retest here again. So probably we're gonna see something like this. Maybe on Monday you might see the market coming up, or the market comes like this and comes down here. Those are my two possibilities. Oh, and I almost forgot. So we were in drawdown, deep drawdown. I think we were somewhere around 4,800 and something, and we with these trades we managed to recover that. So we are now sitting in $75 into profits. So this is actually quite encouraging, because there's a possibility that the next trade we take, if it turns out to be a winner, then we might actually pass this challenge. As you can see, we are left with 174. If we do get a good setup, that's like a $200 take profit, we might actually pass this and now go on to the funded stage. Win rate is looking quite decent there, 43%, with only 7 trades. Looking at this, I used to be so undisciplined, bro. I used to be so undisciplined. I used to take, in a week, I would take close to 150 trades. But look at this. I think I like this version of me, bro, because there's confidence when I'm taking setups, and that confidence comes from because you have seen that kind of setup play out over and over and over again. So whenever you see it, you are able to take it without fear, because you know, I have seen this type of setup play out many times again and again and again and again. So that is the reason why I'm kind of where I'm at. Yeah, seeing setups play out, it gives you confidence. I don't want to lie. I don't want to sound too arrogant or whatever, but I'm just saying, even like when you have backtested your strategy and you have seen that kind of setup play out so many times, it gives you confidence. When you see that setup, you know it meets all my criteria. Whenever you see that thing, you're not going to be afraid. You're just going to shoot for it. So for you to gain confidence in your trading, you need to see that A+ setup that you always take play out time and time and time again. And trust me, you're gonna be able to execute without fear. I'm not a master or anything. I'm just sharing what is happening to me right now. Why I'm able to do what I'm doing is because I've seen this thing happen so many times, and it's not always perfect. I sometimes sabotage myself, like that feeling of wanting to be in a trade. It sometimes gets to me, especially in my personal account. I'll make a lot of mistakes there, and even like the risking. If I agree that I'm gonna risk a certain amount, but whenever it's time to enter, I'm gonna be tempted to like, no, I know I'm confident that this setup is gonna play out, and then I enter more positions. And most of the time, those setups where I risk more than I should, they kind of always don't go according to plan. I don't know why, but somehow that is what happens. But the one where I follow my plan and risk the little amount that I always risk, it plays out. So I don't know, man. Do with that what you will, but I'm just saying, just a quick word on the trading, on the psychology of trading, because trading is not just set up, execute, no. There's a lot that goes on with you, especially concerning your mentality. There's a lot that goes on into that, because there's fear, and then when you, after taking 2 losses, you might start to doubt yourself. So those things are normal, bro. You just need to keep them at the minimum. You need to keep them under control. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's a robot. We all go through those things.